Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Nate Storms. If you don't know me, I've been a competitive Call of Duty player for 7 years, but I haven't played really in the past 2 or 3 years. I just got next gen actually, but I used to play quite a lot back from like the Modern Warfare 2 era to Black Ops 2. So right in that range was pretty much my peak and what I think to be kind of the peak of Call of Duty, especially competitive and variant. So I decided to do something a little different. I'm going to start doing these type of videos like top 5s and whatnot. But I want to do my favorite series from every competitive game and then a little like commentary on why. So just to let you know, this is my opinion. You can agree to disagree, whatever. But some of these series were really key in the progression of Call of Duty, and I want to highlight that. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, kicking it off first, we're going to be starting with Modern Warfare 2. This was actually a series. When I first started playing Call of Duty, I watched this thing. I swear I watched it religiously. The gameplay in the background isn't actually the series itself because I can't find it any longer. It was on the old MLG TV website long ago when they were two completely separate things, Game Battles and MLG. Like where they worked together, but they didn't have the same website. And the videos have since been deleted, but I remember they were like 4 hour long, just the entire live stream of this. And I watched this, but it's going to be Influence. They won the 2010 MW2 National Championship. They had a roster of Mutation, Pluto, Brim, and Terrorist. And they never lost more than one game in the entire winners bracket. And then the grand finals came down to a pretty tight game 11 in their series against Leverage, which had some guys that still play today like TP and Aches. But they took that game in overtime, Search and Destroy. They won 4-3, and it was a great series. And looking back, nobody thought that Influence could do anything at a live event because they were always winning online tournaments because they were West Coast, and everybody blamed their host and didn't think they could actually do anything. But they were always a great team. They just had kind of some roster issues and never had a full set roster. But then once they got the roster they had down, they won the national championship, and it was a really good series. Alright, next up we got Black Ops 1. The series I picked for this one was the Optic versus Leverage $25,000 Pro Circuit Ladder Finals. This was honestly an incredible series. I still think Black Ops 1, I still think from MW2 to Black Ops 2 was the pinnacle of competitive Call of Duty. I think the games were incredible, and Black Ops 1 was no different. The domination, CTF, search, everything in that game was so much fun, and it really was a dogfight. It went all the way to game 11 in this series. They went back and forth, but Leverage won in just a disgusting fashion. They won with a grand total score of 367 to 187 on firing range domination, and they had Optics triple capped 80% of the time on the second half. It was absolutely disgusting, the craziest way to finish the series. And if you were to just see that part of the series, only see that game, you would have thought Optic got blown out of the water, especially the second half. It was absolutely disgusting. I think they maybe only amounted 40 points or so. But this definitely was a huge kickstart into the competitive Call of Duty movement, and Black Ops 1 was a huge help for that. So many people started playing variant Black Ops 1, and it had a lot of support from the actual game developers themselves with the competitive playlists and everything like that. So I just think this series, being an online series for 25K with open registration, it just had a playoffs, I think was an awesome way to kickstart the pro scene even further, and it was definitely a great series going down to game 11. Alright, and on we work our way to my favorite game of all time, Modern Warfare 3, the Call of Duty XP $1 million tournament. It was Optic versus Infinity. It was a European team, and they won in a convincing 3-1 fashion in a best of 5. They closed it out on Arcade and Search and Destroy. But looking back, a lot of people can kind of disregard this series simply because it was before the game was even released, so there was a lot of bullshit by today's standards. Heartbeat sensors, and everyone was using like the SCAR H. Nobody thought the ACR was good or anything like that. People had UAVs and whatnot. But the reason I picked this series, not so much because of the series itself, but more so because of the prize attached to it. It really showed that competitive esports did have a following, and it could be publicized to a good degree, and really turned into a real deal thing, and as well as marked the start of Optic's Modern Warfare 3 domination. If any of you guys were around during that time, you just remember Optic just killed that game, no doubt. There was no argument to that. That is something I can say without a doubt is not opinion. If you disagree with that, then you just need to look up their tournament standings. They won 3 or 4 EGLs in a row. They won multiple MLG events. They won like all the online ladder playoffs, everything. They won the 360 icons. Like it just didn't end. Those guys were gods at that game, and that really started their era of domination. Now, perhaps my favorite Call of Duty for variant purposes, Black Ops 2, amazing game for variant. They did so much to help out the pro scene. But it was Farico Impact versus Envious in the COD Champs, once again a COD Champs $1 million tournament. And this was the 3rd consecutive win for Farico Impact. It was just proved once again, like Optic in MW3, that they were the top dogs and everybody was reaching to climb them. However, the gap wasn't as far. There were plenty of other good teams right in the mix with them. They didn't quite dominate this tournament. In fact, they came out of losers bracket when they lost to Envy. But they still did show that they were, you know, top tier, and they had what it takes when it came down to the wire, because they won 3 tourneys in a row. But Optic, Complexity, Envy, all of them were up there at the top, just grinding back and forth. They just proved that they were ahead of them all just by a notch. But it was probably one of the best endings to a series I've seen in a while. It came down to a 2 versus 4 bomb planted on game 11. They were only up 5-4, so this could have easily went overtime, been even more intense. But 2 versus 4, Miracle and Killa held off against the green wall of 4 Optic players remaining, and partly in part to a incredible 2-piece by Miracle, and then Killa just played the 1v1 perfectly after, later on. And yeah, once again, it was just a great tournament for the $1 million, huge prize, and showed esports really could do something, especially on a game like Black Ops 2, which had the support. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video or want some more videos like this, that'd be cool. I don't mind doing this. It was kind of fun researching back, and I did remember some of the stuff, just not all the specifics. So I certainly did enjoy looking back through all the history of Call of Duty, and took me back on a nostalgic roller coaster. If you want me to do top 5s, like maybe the top teams from each game, or like top 5 plays, top 5 players, anything like that, leave a comment below. I might do part 2 of this video with the remaining Call of Duties leading up to Infinite Warfare. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, like I said, this was my opinion, so you can disagree, that's cool, but I still hope you enjoyed the video and the content. So yeah, take care guys, have a great day. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and comment, let me know what you think. I like to discuss with you guys if any of you do remember any of these Call of Duties. So yeah, have a good one guys, peace.